Hello. Hello. This is going to be Elleryn. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Elleryn's VOD review for Molly. Um, Let me find the text real quick. Okay, so Elleryn, you said it feels like everyone has priority over me. How are you guys getting in and doing damage or holding points? Most people play something that outranges my spacing and Dominion. And then later you said, I feel the only way I'm getting to do damage is using the skill for uppercuts, but not much else. So I'll point some stuff out. I went ahead and recorded both of those replays that you sent me. And I'm going to kind of give advice just for everything, but I will try to touch upon the things that you specifically said as well. As we go, just rereading. So basically, you're just having trouble doing damage and holding points. So let's watch. Let's watch, shall we? Got the start of game one here. Let's turn the sound down a little bit. So I will say off rip, if you want to hold points more, and as I was watching your games, this is kind of something I noticed, but you have a really bad habit of not really fighting on the point. Like, I would take this bomb, you want to take this bomb and kind of play around here. Because the enemy's going to be coming in from here, and you want to be sitting here with your team and try to land a big bomb to kind of knock everybody away, and that can be a pretty easy first point cap. But instead, you take bomb, and you hit one person with it, and then you kind of just start fighting off point. And you just don't want to be off point in Dominion, like, really, ever. Right now, you could be helping your team, you know? Like, they're struggling. They're not capping this point. They're not winning their fights. And we're just off kind of dueling Ollie off the point. So they get the point cap. And really, all of that could have been avoided if you just took the bomb, played with your team on site, and stayed on site. Instead of chasing Ollie, you know, all the way over here, just stay on the point. It sounds kind of obvious and simple, but, like, it is, you know. You just got to make sure that you're fighting on point. And I will say as well, this is something that I noticed when I watched the VOD. If you want to kind of get more damage in, especially via your parries, Nui is a really good matchup for you. Because her pool, her air skill, or ground skill, I just call it pool, is very easy to parry. You should basically be parrying this every single time she uses it, because it deals its damage at a set interval. So once you get the feeling for it, it's really easy to consistently parry, and every time she drops pool, you should basically be fucking diving into that shit, bro. And be like, give me my free parries, bitch. Because it's a very consistent tick rate, you know? It's like every, like, second it shoots out an attack on you. So you can literally just jump in, you know the timing, boom, you're going to get like 3 or 4 free parries out of Nui's air skill and ground skill, like every time she uses it. So like right here, you could have been parrying. I think you mistimed it. But you could have parried, knocked her off point, and that would have been a point cap for you guys. But I guess the timing just isn't there yet. You just something you gotta practice on. That's fine, I guess. I mean, it's... this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, too. Like, again, you should stay on point and help your team, I think, here, to be honest, because they're kind of getting fucking destroyed right now. Yeah, like, you could have been parrying Nui ult. You could have killed Nui there. You know, sit up here, parry this Nui ult, kill her, and then if Peter... You know, like, let's say, like, Peter steps up and he's, like, right here. Then you can knock him off after you kill Nui with your ground skill. You know? That's how that situation could have played out. But instead, you've walked over to Peter, and we're just kind of dueling off of the point again. And I don't know if that Peter was a pot. He shouldn't have died there. He had a jump, but he just didn't use it. But, yeah, so, like, Nui's destroying your team, and you're not really doing anything to help. Like, now you help. And see how you almost cap point? You're really close to capping. If you had killed that Nui, if you had just done that, like, 20 seconds earlier, you would have capped point. You would have capped point, instead of going for that kill on Peter off point. And I will say, too, another easy parry is Ollie's ultimate, because it always, the little chakras or whatever, the blades, they always fly out at, like, the same speed, like, every time, right? Like, you can, once you get the timing for Ollie's ultimate, you should be parrying these blades 100% of the time. So I don't know if you had ult here. No, you don't. So it doesn't apply for this situation, but I think there's other points in the VOD where you fail to parry Ollie's ult, and it's like one of the easiest things in the game to parry from Ollie. Nice, that's good. Yeah, definitely don't. This is another thing that you do a lot too. If you don't have parry up as Molly, like, don't fight in the Nui pool. Because, like, you're committing to a full auto string here, but you literally see the Nui pool. You're at, like what is this, 800 HP? Like, you're gonna die to this. You're like 400 HP. You see the pool. You see how low you are. Why are we committing to a full auto string in the direction of the pool? You know? So, like, yeah, you die, and yeah, like, you die. You know? Don't you know, just wait. Like, just you don't have to be fighting, like, 24/7. You know, if the Nui pool's here, just, you know, dance around the point until it expires, right? Then you can go in and start bullying Nui. But don't try to force things into her pool, because you're gonna just die. Unless you have ult, and then it's freelo for you. And so, yeah, I think this is an Ollie ult failed parry, so I'm having a fucking stroke. So, yeah, you have ult. I mean, I guess he was auto-stringing you. To be honest, you still should have parried this. I mean, if you're going to ground skill into two people, you know, you should expect that they're probably going to turn and attack you, especially since you're ground skilling into Nui's ult, or sorry, her pool. So you should have hit this parry, actually. But obviously, like, hindsight is 20/20. You know, it's kind of hard to give critique on mechanical things, because really all I can say is, you know, just hit your buttons better. But yeah, you definitely could have parried there. I think your Alice goes AFK in this game. I don't. Where is she? Same thing right here, though, right? All these blades, they always are gonna come in at, like, this, at like a like the same speed that they always do. You know, you should be ready to parry this. Let's see if you do it. No, you jump it. Why would you jump it? Don't jump it. You gotta trust yourself, homie. You know, you have ult there. This could have been a huge parry. This could have been a huge parry. You could have knocked either Ollie or Peter off the site. Even there, you could have gone for a parry. You go. I don't even know how you beat out all these autos here. What the fuck? You're so ballsy for this. Challenging Ollie's auto string with your own auto string. Ollie's auto string is, like, one of the best in the game, by the way. But, like, right here, dude, hit this parry, bro. Hit this parry. Like, that's all you, brother. Boom, you hit that parry. You could have actually chained it, too, because Peter's ulting here, so you could have just been mashing. You could have gotten, like, 4 or 5 parries off in a row right there. Wait, where the fuck did Peter's ult go? Wait, am I tripping? Or is that a replay bug? Oh, I'm retarded. That's Peter's auto attack. So never mind. Peter didn't ult. But still, you should have parried there instead of choosing the auto string option. I like that. I like that. This is good. I like how you're kind of just kiting around on the point and kind of looking for an opportunity to go in. That's really good. And then, ooh, see, you have a really bad habit versus Nui. You keep trying to do things in her pool. And so, yeah, you get punished for this ground skill. You should be parrying the pool, you know? Like, jump in, like, just stand in the center. Boom! You hit one parry on Ollie, he's dead. Boom, you hit another parry with the pool on Nui, she's knocked off point, right? And then Peter's off point over here, and that would be a point cap for you. You know, you really got to take advantage of Nui's pool when you're playing Molly, and it's really easy, I promise you. I think you said you were new to Molly, so I understand, like, when you're new, you don't have the timings down. I would go into the training range and set the bot to Nui and literally just, like, practice for a bit. Wait until you get the timing down, and then, you know, once you've grinded out the feel for the parry against Nui's pool, like, you're chilling. Maybe if you have, like, a friend, you can make a custom too or something and have them play Nui. You can, like, duel or something. Just because we're really not getting value out of any parries this game. I don't know why. So you see the Alice ult coming out. I don't know why you went for a parry here. Also, like, the finish time. Unless this is like a replay bug, you've got 2 charges of skill. You should have air skilled onto the point. Like, right here, you should be like, oh shit, you know, 'cause you should be looking at your screen, like, paying attention, like, oh shit, we're about to lose. Alice is ulting in onto 3 people. I've got 2 charges of skill. Like, you should be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna air skill onto point. And then cap that shit while everybody's stunned. But you jump up, you go for a parry onto somebody who's gonna be stunned. You know, you could have been on point. You could have been contesting this. You could have bought time for your teammates. So, yeah. Let me grab some water real quick. We'll get into the next game here. Keep in mind, too, none of this is flame, by the way. I hope it's not coming across as flame. This is all just constructive criticism. So, you know, don't take it, like, too personally or anything. It's really not a big deal. Here we got Zepeda Factory. Okay, this is a huge thing. This is a personal pet peeve of mine. This is something that a lot of players do. Never go for the switch on Zepeda map, like, when you spawn in. This little fucker right here is the biggest fucking noob trap in the game. Like, never go for switch. Never go for switch. I'll actually, if there's a good moment to explain why, I will explain it. I think it comes up. But basically, like, right now, I mean, this is actually fine because there's 2 people up here. The enemy team is also dog shit. I don't know why they have 2 people up here. So your team actually has 2v1 advantage on point, so this is fine. But, like, you should just run. Just run down and 3v1 on point. 3v1 on point, you get an easy point cap. Them grabbing switch does not do anything right now. Here's how... Okay, I'm glad I zoomed out. Okay, so basically, here's how Zepeda map works, right? Let's say that the Dominion point is on our side. Like, let's say we have the switch. So there's all of this sticky shit that the enemy team would have to go through. But you're only getting value out of this sticky shit when the enemy team is just respawning, right? And they have to walk back. That's the only time you're getting value out of having captured the switch. That is the only time. Getting the switch in the middle of, like, a team fight, like, for instance, right now, it doesn't do anything for any team. Because they don't, like, let's say you were capping this right now mid-fight. the enemy team doesn't care because they don't have to deal with all of the sticky shit right now because they can just walk from switch onto the point. So there's no reason to get it in the middle of a fight because you're not getting this value, right? You're not getting value out of the sticky shit. If that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining this the best, but I hope that makes sense. Like, the only time you're getting value from switch is when people are just respawning and they have to approach the point through the mud, right? That's the only time. So you should be prioritizing the switch when people are low. Like, if the enemy team was all low, like this was their health, and you trust your team to, like, win a 2v3 on point, you could walk up and get the switch, your team wins the 2v3 on point, then they all die, and then they have to respawn and contest through the mud. That would be a good switch timing. I'll try to point out good switch timings if I see them. But basically, like, never go for switch at the start of a Zepeda game. It's always better. I wish more teams did this. But you just rush. Just put all 3 people on site at the start of a game. Because somebody on the enemy team always goes for switch. So if you just stack up your team, put 3 people on site, you get a 3v2 at the start of the game, and the enemy team is retarded because they're getting no advantage because it's getting switch at the start of the game doesn't do anything. So you just get a free point cap at the start of every Zepeda factory game if you just 3-man the objective. And so, like, yeah, like, see how they got the switch, and, like, it's not an inconvenience for your team at all. Like, nobody cares that they got switch. Like, there's no value to be had grabbing it in the middle of a game. In the middle of the fight, sorry. That was just a bad parry, and not much to say there. And so this is good, right? This is huge. This is what I'm talking about. This is a fucking perfect switch timing. This is huge. The enemy team all just died. And you get switch. Look at the fucking value that you're about to get out of having switch here. Let's see if I zoom out at all. But see? Now the enemy team has to cross through all of this if they want to get to you. They either have to walk through this, and this is really hard to contest, or they have to spend a few extra seconds to try to walk through this to get to this high ground, or to jump up onto the platform itself, right? And that's where the value of the switch comes from. Because this is super easy for your team. You guys can all just play, like, up here, and, like, up here, and, you know, just edge guard the fuck out of them, right? Like, this is such a hard retake to do. So that's when you want to get switch. Like, that switch timing that you had there was really fucking good. So I hope that makes sense. Like, never be the player that goes for switch at the start of the game. It does not do anything. There's no value there. Just an unfortunate parry. Like, yeah, you notice, like, see how, like, fucking hard it is for them to get back onto point? Like, it's insane. It's insane. That was a good switch. And yeah, there's no reason, again, like, there's not really any reason for you to be up here 1v2ing, because we don't care about switch. Yes, since this guy is dead, it will take him a little bit longer to get to point, but it doesn't really matter. You still have 2 people, you know, you're alive and your Witch Queen is alive. You should have just stayed on the objective there. Stay on the objective and let them, you know, have 2 people jerking off up here, and then you just get to hold point still. And again, similar to Nui and Ali, Victor is a really good matchup for you as well, because his mines are really easy to, like, react to. Like, you see him throw this. You see him throw the mine, and, like, what is he going to do? Like, what is he going to do a second later? He's going to detonate it, you know? So you should be ready. You should get a parry off, you know? And I understand, like, you're new to Molly, so you don't have the timings down, but this is something that I would practice, right? Like, Victor is really easy to parry. You could have, and I think Molly pierces now. You actually could have killed Witch Queen and Victor here. then you could have instantly turned and either react parried T-Moon, or you could have ground skilled and knocked her away off point, and you would have literally just 1v3'd, recap the point for your team. So you really just, you just gotta hit the parries. We're missing a lot of potential value because we're not hitting parries. I think you're in hit stun here. You can still ult though, I think, out of hit stun. So like, yeah, again, like he hits you with the mine. But, like, what, he's gonna detonate it. Like, you just like hit ult here. Hit ult. Like, Victor, it's so free. It's so free to parry. Like, Victor should be dead. They should all be dead, honestly. What are we, what's happening? You should air skill here. You should jump and air skill onto point, because they're taking point. Like, we need to get to the objective ASAP. So you should be air skilling on. I don't know why Jacko's moving up. That's a misplan on his part, but I'm not here to VOD review him. Like, I guess Witch Queen had ult. There's the potential you air skill onto point and she ults you, but like at that point you're still holding. And theoretically Jacko would be playing with you, so it wouldn't matter. But, like, we just kind of gave them point there for free. I don't even... Oh, the T-Moon, you thought you would ground skill, yeah. Or return back on the auto, I guess. That's really bad. Again, this is just another bad habit that you have. You're always, like, fighting off point. Like that, this was okay. That was okay. But you should immediately, you should be like, okay, I got T-Moon off point. They're capping switch here. So there's actually going to be sticky shit here. So T-Moon is going to be hella staggered. So you should be trying to get back to point, like, ASAP. But instead, you kind of overcommit to this fight. Yeah, like, you could have been on point here, hitting Victor Parius. Again, like, why are we fighting off-site? Why are we fighting Victor here? Look how low she is. She's 97 HP. You've got your Witch Queen here. Like, you should just turn and kill her. Turn and kill her and start capping sight. Once you've killed T-Moon here, then you can start focusing on, like, keeping other people off. But for now, you want to be killing T-Moon. Another thing, too, I don't know if you noticed, but if you were on site as well, like, you could have had a free grab bomb. I think grab bomb just comes up here. Let's see if we can see it on screen. Yeah. So there's literally a free magnet bomb here, too. Yeah. Like, if you just go for the kill on T-Moon here when she was still alive, and then you know, walk over here, boom, free grab bomb, that's huge. That's the grab bomb lets you make huge plays. Huge plays. Like, we're not even going, like, what? No, nobody in this lobby is going for grab bomb. Like, what? So, like, I don't even know. Like, why does nobody go for grab bomb here? I'm actually confused. So you won. I mean, a lot of mistakes, but I would say for the most part, you're probably your biggest issue is that you seem tunnel visioned a lot on, like, fighting. Like, your decision making is kind of struggling right now because you're always just fighting people. Like, you just see a person and you're just fighting nonstop. It doesn't matter if they're on the objective or not, or if they're in, you know, fucking Brazil a million miles away. You're just fighting them. I would say if you want to be more consistent on Molly, stay on the objective. Stay on the objective more. This square is your home. You don't leave. You can maybe go on some vacation trips now and then, out to like here, you know, if a little skirmish happens, on this border, you can do it. You can do it. But for the most part, your ass should be planted in this square. Like never leave. Never leave. We shouldn't be, out here fighting T-Moon, or over here fighting Victor, or up here, dueling at the switch. Bad. 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 Fight on the point. Fight on the point. I guarantee you, if you fight more on the point, you will have an easier time getting damage in, and just keeping a hold of the objective. There were a lot of times in both of these games where you could have gotten the objective, but you didn't because you were off fighting somewhere else. And then other than that, really all I can say is just practice your parry timings. Nui Pool, Ollie's Ultimate, and Victor's Mines, these should all be like 100% rate, like 100% parry rates for you. Once you get the timings down, because they're all really fucking easy to parry. Especially Nui Pool. And so, I can't really offer more insight other than, you just gotta go into the training range and put those bots in and just practice, just do like 10 or 15 minutes a day or something, and, after a few weeks, you'll probably have the timing down pretty consistently. Grind out some games, maybe hop into a custom with a friend. But yeah, like your parries are just low accuracy on the parries, and you just need to fight more on the objective. So I would say, like, keep those two things in mind. Just grind out your parries and fight more on the objective. And if you're still struggling in like a few weeks, come back to me, and I can maybe like try to give more advice. But I think if you correct those two things, like, your molly will be fine. Yeah. So I hope this helps in some capacity. And I appreciate you sending in your review codes so that I could do this for you. So yeah, thank you.